The Guy Show. All right. BS with the Guy. We're live again.
We are. Right now?
Yeah, get off your phone.
I'm not paying attention.
Well, stop being an old man.
Okay.
Anyways, I had a running event this Saturday, and obviously I destroyed. It wasn't a super competitive event. It was mostly just for fun. It seemed like what most people were there for. Yeah, I was racing a lot of dogs. It was a charity for dogs and stuff, so there's people running with dogs a lot.
And you went the wrong way.
Yeah, my friend and I were in second and third place for a majority of the race, and there was this kid in first place, probably, 10, 12 years old maybe,
Yeah.
and he was running pretty good, but he went the wrong way. And so we ended up, we just followed him because the course wasn't marked very well, so we just ran with him. And ended up running 4.5 miles, and it was only a 5K,
I'm
which
like, why
is
everyone else
3.1. So we ended up running an extra mile and a half extra, and my friend and I still got first and second. He took first, I got second. So we will take that. It's not too bad.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
Got next one. I was going to have one on June 1st, but with Cars and Coffee and stuff, it just won't work. So sadly, I won't be doing that one. But there is one June 15th, which I am thinking about running. If not, June 29th for sure. So there's some more events. Obviously, I have a 100-miler that I'm running in August, which is going to suck, but that'll be fun. So
It'll suck and be fun.
yeah, exactly.
Cars and Coffee. They shut that kind of down last time we went.
Yeah, it was.
The law was hanging out there this time. Too many people with their burnouts the time before, so
Yeah.
they put an end to that. Got an ad. Did you turn them off?
What?
Turn the ads off? Okay. So, yeah. So, anyways, Cars and Coffee, this one here, they had a little cop there, and anytime anyone did a burnout, he was watching, and he took off after a couple people, but he never caught them, so that was kind of funny.
Yeah, it was fun.
Come back hanging his head low because he couldn't catch him, so that was cool. So, tonight we were kind of going to talk about, time differences.
Everyone talks about how things have changed from the 80s, the 90s, how things are more rough now, and everything like that. So we were just going to compare the time when he was born, so 1971, to when I was born, 2004, and present day, so 2024, and kind of break those all down, just everything that was going on in that era.
Kind of interesting. Are we really that bad off? I mean, you know. You don't know.
I mean, a little bit.
I was actually born in Omaha, Nebraska in 1971. And if anybody out there is a football fan, college, Nebraska Cornhuskers, of course, is a crazy thing there. Everybody's into that. But I was born on what they called the game of the century for the Huskers. It was Johnny Rodgers was the quarterback, and they were playing Oklahoma. And since I wasn't really alive then and haven't looked into it, I don't really know a whole lot other than that. But I do know that my whole family was into football. So while I was being born, they could really care less. They were all in the lobby. I mean, it was a big thing in Nebraska. That was one of the biggest games ever.
Well, that's all that's really in Nebraska.
Right. So everyone was gathered around watching that game and could probably care less when I was born or anything. They just wondered what the score would be. So
yeah,
that's kind of funny. But the game of the century, they called that. I don't know if there's a new game of this century or not. Yeah,
not yet, I'm sure.
Maybe that's the game of this century also. You just don't know.
It was that big.
Right.
It's the game of 2 centuries.
That was Apollo 14, supposedly landed on the moon.
Supposedly.
I don't buy into all that myself, but you can think what you want. I'm not your dad, so.
Okay, Sam.
I am your dad, though.
Yes, you are my dad.
So you can't think what you want. But I don't know. The whole wind thing on the moon kind of throws me off.
There's a lot of things that don't make sense to me.
The different shadows. I mean, how'd they get 4 shadows on the moon?
Don't worry about it.
That's a little weird. How did they fit that? They flew down in something that looked like something I could make up in the kitchen with some tinfoil and maybe some old computers. I mean, come on. We can't even get a signal when I drive from here to Harrison.
Yeah, how'd they live stream from the moon?
Live stream from the moon.
Back in 1969.
And how did they get that big buggy on that little thing? And who took the picture when they first landed? When the first guy came down the steps.
That's supposed to be a rover arm.
Okay, yeah, because we had that technology there.
Right.
They took a video of them coming down the stairs when they landed, so Go figure. But anyways, the shadows.
It's Area 51.
I mean, it looked like a football field because of the shadows. That's how it looks when night games and stuff.
Yep.
So anyways, that supposedly happened. It says the voting age. That was I didn't know that. I was kind of looking some stuff up about that. The voting age actually was 21 up until that point. And in 1971, it was changed to 18. So that's
bad decision.
Kind of a weird thing, though, to think about. I didn't realize that. I just assumed it was always 18.
Well, actually, is that a bad decision? Probably not.
They opened up Disney World in Florida.
Keep going. Keep talking.
What happened? Oh, did we forget to push those?
Yeah.
We're stupid.
Just a little.
Technical difficulties. Anyways, so they opened up Disney World in Florida. Russia launched the first space station. NASDAQ made its debut in 1971.
Big one.
Yeah.
The NASDAQ.
Never thought about that. Supposedly we had our first pictures of another planet from Mariner 9 that orbited Mars. I don't know what information you printed out over there or anything, but
from 2004.
Yeah, as far as the housing market, I know that's a big thing. Everybody complains about that right now. A new house. Average house, of course, in 1971 was $25,250.
So this was something that we were talking about. Go ahead and say what the average income was then.
Yeah, so the average income that same year was $10,600. That's average, of course.
So we were saying that basically a new house, the average house, costed 250% of your average.
Costed?
Yeah.
Costs.
Costed. It was previous.
Costed.
Costs.
I don't think costed's the word.
Okay, well it is now. They're going to put it in the dictionary. Thanks to me.
It will be now. But
okay, anyways, back to what I was saying. It costed 250% of your annual income, but now the average home price in the U.S. is $429,000. So that's a big difference.
You'd think Arkansas numbers would have brought that down some. But.
Well, Arkansas's number is 200,000.
Okay.
The median household income now, however, though, is $79,900. So if you take $79,900 and then the $429 of the average house price,
divide that by 7.
No. That's not 250%. That's what, like? Oh man.
I don't know. It's math. We don't know math.
That's about 5.
And then rent was $150 a month on average then. So that's crazy because I know like the oldest kid, he paid rent for a while and it was like $1,200 a month.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
So that's something. A gallon of gas in 1971 was 40 cents. So I mean, what's the average now?
Of gas price?
Right.
In the U.S.,
Yeah.
$3.75.
$3.75.
Yep.
Now, from what I read, according to inflation and cost of living and income and everything, gas should be actually about $3.26 a gallon.
Who did you read this from, though?
I don't know. It was on the internet, so it has to be true.
That's true. Yeah, that makes sense.
But a movie ticket in 1971 was $1.50, which I don't know. I was talking about this the other day. Do they still have dollars movies theaters anywhere? I don't know.
That I know of.
'Cause
They
I
have
remember-
drive-in theaters somewhere.
I remember
But
in the
I
90s
think the
that
ticket
was kind
price-
of a thing.
The ticket price of a drive-in, I don't know what it was back then, but
Yeah.
I think the one around here now is, I think, $10.
Lucky to even have a drive-in movie theater.
Yeah, I know.
That's kind of a thing of the past,
I know.
too. But as far as they actually had dollar movies in the 90s. I remember going to those, and the ticket actually said it was $1. Of course, you had to wait for them to come out of the main theaters, and then they'd go to the dollar theater.
Right.
And it's kind of like now where they go on to just streaming stuff, But,
Yeah. Which is not $1.
So movies were pretty cheap then if you could wait a little while because we'd just run through Taco Bell. I'd take a couple beers, and get some tacos. We'd eat during the movie, have a few beers, and watch a $1 movie. So as long as you were patient, that worked. But stamps were 8 cents. Oh, and the thing we were talking about, a new charger back then, brand new.
That's crazy to me.
$3,379
For a brand new charger.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
But like, even think about that, right? Okay, so a new Charger now, the starting MSRP for one is $30,000 or something. Well, I guess they're discontinued, but last year, $30,000 or something like that.
Is it?
Yeah, for the 6-cylinder basic ass Charger. It's like $30,000. The average income is $34,000 in the U.S. Right? Or what did I say it was? Or that's the median. The personal is like $34,000 or something like that. So $34,000. Your car is $30,000 for a brand new Charger. Leaves you $4,000 left over. That's what? How much percentage of that is? That's like 90%, just about.
Yeah.
And so think about if you're paying what'd you say, $3,200?
You mean for the new car?
New Charger, yeah.
$3,379.
Okay, so basically $3,400.
Yeah, basically.
And the average income was $10,000. So that's only 34%. So look at that. That's doubled.
Yeah.
For Chargers, at least. I'm sure there's some other cars that maybe it's went down percentage-wise or something, but I highly doubt it.
Now, you were born in 2004, as far as I can remember.
Yeah,
so you basically handled like writing down those statistics and the facts and all that. But some more from 71. Main movies were Dirty Harry, Shaft, and Fiddler on the Roof.
I've heard of that last one, but I have no idea.
TV shows that were popular: All My Children, Mary Tyler Moore, The Odd Couple, The Partridge Family. So that's probably never heard of most of them either.
I have not.
And the first pocket calculator actually came out in 1971.
That's crazy.
That's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Now everybody just has them on their phone.
Right.
I forget I have one sometimes.
Yeah. Need a calculator. Oh, right there.
And the first internet chat rooms appeared. Now
really?
I didn't even know there was internet in 1971.
There wasn't.
No, there was. Somehow.
No.
Yeah, there was.
All right.
The Intel microprocessor came out. What?
All right.
The internet chat rooms?
Yeah.
You can look it up.
I mean, I guess.
People that share 1971's birthdays: Lance Armstrong, Winona Ryder, Tupac, Justin Trudeau, Snoop Dogg, which I thought Snoop Dogg was older. I don't know. He's just had a rough life or a rough childhood. Because he doesn't he look older than?
He looks older, yeah.
Elon Musk, which is odd. Mark Wahlberg. I mean, everybody.
I think it's cool that Elon was born.
I think it's cooler that Mark Wahlberg. I like him more than Elon Musk, personally. So
I've heard some things about him. Who knows, though?
Who hasn't heard things about everybody?
That's true.
What have you heard about
Elon?
Elon Musk.
Yeah, that's true.
That guy wants to turn us into robots that drive electric cars.
Yeah, that part's annoying.
So we don't like that. So that's kind of some of the things I came up with for 1971 there. And now 2004, what'd you come up with there for the year you were born? How things have changed? Any of that stuff?
Well, I took care of it. So you liked Ronald Reagan.
I liked him.
Didn't you?
Well, I mean, I wasn't old enough to vote. So.
Well, did you care for him though? I think Grandpa liked him, right?
Yeah, my grandparents and stuff talked good things about him. I really wasn't paying any attention to actually like anybody. I didn't get into politics till I was a lot older than that, where I actually cared, and that was pretty short-lived actually, because I realized they're both sides I don't care for.
Yeah, I think we kind of once.
Yeah,
everything got too crazy. I think now everything.
Too many conspiracies and just.
I feel like now.
I don't believe any.
I think politics have changed a little bit though.
I just don't trust.
In present day, I don't trust it either. But think about like the attitude of the average person now, or at least it appears like the average person has kind of changed. Where it's like before, like the last 5 years, you had all these conspiracy theories and stuff.
They're still out there. I just don't want.
No, I know, but you got all this stuff going on. But now it's kind of like everyone just kind of knows.
Yeah.
Everyone's just kind of like,
The thing about it is that the whole political world is completely different than what it was designed to be. It used to be that it was a working man that had an actual job that could relate to people that he represented, and he would go to work through the week, through the month, and then they would meet together, and so that he could relate to people. Now you have politicians that are just what they call career politicians, That's their job. They don't do anything else. And they go in office with a certain amount, and they double it or triple it. Or
you know how they do that?
because
I found out a lot of
crooks.
I found out some fun stuff. But anyways, so there's a old book or an old tale from like 1590 or something like that talked about democracies and systems like that, where it said that a democracy, the way that democracy goes normally, is people get tired of kings. So then when they have the king for long enough...
Well, don't get me started on that.
Well, they have a king, and this king is good. Like, honestly, if somebody came up and was a king and ruled as a king, a monarchy, and ran it good, would you be opposed?
Yes.
Why? Because Dubai's ran that way. They're doing kick-ass things.
Because we fought to get away from that crap. And kings can start out good, but over time...
Exactly. That's my next point. Was this tale from the 1500s said that the first king is good. People like the king. Then the next king sucks. Ruins everything. Gets everything in wars. Inflation. Da-da-da-da-da. All the crap. And then people are like, well, we need democracy so that we can choose. So then they go into democracy. And it starts good. And it's going good. And then... it turns into what it is now. And this tale back in the 1500s predicted basically what's happening now, where it would become like a money grab, a money game. People would only get into politics not to help people, not to represent their peers, but to get rich, to grab more money, to, do what they're doing now.
I think our system is designed well. I think it's just been distorted over time.
It's not designed well.
It was originally. Yeah, it was. But
then how have people been able to be bought out?
I don't know.
How's that possible? What allows that to happen?
Over. It's just been so corrupted slowly.
Because of buyouts. It's just from corporations. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But so here's how how the politicians get rich. So this is how they do it, is they'll short a stock. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, but you're going to bore people, I think, with getting too elaborate.
Well, no, I'm going to go into a cool story. Okay. So, and I found out about this today. So they short a stock, which means that they'll borrow the stock and then they'll pay it back in a few months whenever they are due to pay it back to the company they borrow from. So then what they'll do is they'll borrow the stock, borrow at a price of $100 a share, and then they'll make a law to screw over that company so then it drops $50. So then they only take $50 back, they make $50. Now take that on a big scale, that's how you get rich. Anyways, do you remember all the GameStop stuff a while ago? Do you know what happened with that exactly? Really. Okay, I found out about that today. So what happened with that was they found some guy on Twitter found out that they were going to short GameStop and they were going to do something to make GameStop plummet and they were going to cash out on that and get rich. Anyways, so he found out about that and he got a bunch of people on Reddit to go buy the GameStop stock, and it went from $1 all the way up to $80. That's a lot of money. So if you put $1,000 in, you got $80,000 out. Anyways, this made it so that the brokerages went broke because when it came time to pay back the shorting, they didn't have the money to pay them back. Mm-hmm. So then a whole brokerage went out of business because of that. Isn't that hilarious?
Yeah.
That some nerds on Reddit made a whole brokerage go bankrupt. It's great to me.
The whole, you brought up the whole king and queen thing. I don't get that. Our country's kind of founded on fighting that and getting away from that. And then people over here that worship that still. Like, the prince and the princess and all that stuff. Over here, the people that kind of basically idolize that. I've just never understood that. And to me, it's almost borders on disrespectful because of all the people here that fought to get away from that. And then over here it's like a big idol thing. Oh my God, the king, the prince, Prince Harry, whatever, whoever the hell they are, who cares? Man, that's just ridiculous. I don't know. Personally, that's just my opinion. But so 2004, what else you got there?
2004. So Martha Stewart actually was in, I didn't know this. I just know she's a cooking lady.
In jail?
That's pretty much all I knew. Yeah, she was in jail. She got convicted
Martha
that year.
Stewart.
I don't know anything about her. I just know she
like
cooks.
Cooking. She does like crafty things. Yeah. Not like witchcraft, but just like making things.
But I didn't know. I had no idea she went to jail.
Yeah, that was kind of a shock. I follow Martha Stewart on Instagram, so that's kind of weird. Just because I always liked Martha Stewart.
Of course, 2004 was an election year, so George Bush won re-election. After everything, people say that he only won because of 9/11, which I don't know enough about. Maybe,
Who
maybe
knows?
not. But
We don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
no, not today.
We'll end up here all night.
Another thing is, you said Lance Armstrong was born in 1971, right?
Is that when he lost a ball in 2004?
No.
Well, he had cancer there for a while, so he had to have something.
No, he won his 6th consecutive Tour de France.
But they found out he was a cheater, too.
Did they?
Yeah. Steroids.
Oh, yeah,
That was a big
supposedly
scam,
and stuff.
big
Yeah.
thing.
Who knows? I don't know.
You know? So, what
And then
else?
you were talking about the famous people born. So I don't know these people. I told you when you were like, yeah, these famous people were born in my year. I'm like, the people born in my year are going to be annoying little shits.
Probably.
And so I don't even know these people. But I have a Louis Crevalhola is a popular one, I suppose.
I don't know that guy.
A girl, I
Is
think.
it a girl, really?
Yeah, that's a girl.
Louis?
I don't know how to pronounce it. Louis, something.
Okay.
American
Next.
actress and singer, known for voicing Moana's in Disney Moana.
That came out that long ago?
No. She voiced that.
Right.
No, she didn't voice it when she was born. She was born that year. The girl that voiced
gotcha.
Moana.
Oh, gotcha. That makes more sense.
Yeah, she was born and she was a baby
And she
doing the
voiced
voice.
that. That's
Yeah.
very talented.
Then Willow Shields, which is an American actress.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, she was in Hunger Games. She was the little sister.
Okay.
So she
I
was
didn't
born.
understand those movies.
I just rewatched them.
I
with my
tried to
girlfriend,
watch one and I just
let's-
didn't get it. I'm like, what time period is this in? Is this like
It's supposed to be a dystopian future where the
like a galaxy
elites kind
far,
of
far away or
where
something?
the kind of elites take over and
I didn't get it.
yeah.
Same with Harry Potter. I just never got those. The kids were really, the other two
I've
kids
never
were really into those.
I've never ever got
I
those.
watched the first one and I sat there, what am I watching the whole time? I just didn't get it. I don't know. Was that another world? Where were they? I don't understand it. Anyways, who else?
Hey, you know how people said I was annoying?
When?
Or you said that I would bore people with my story. That's
Right.
what you said.
I was
Well,
watching our current viewers drop in when you were talking. So.
It did not even drop.
It went down like 4.
Okay.
But now they're back.
Exactly, because I'm still talking.
But you're
See,
not
someone
talking
said
about, you're not going dragging on.
someone
and
said
on.
the boy don't know how right he was. See, I'm smart.
The boy.
Yeah, I'm the boy. I'm 19, so I am a boy. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Another person, Rowan Blanchard, which is an American actress. I can't English. She was. Did you ever watch Girl Meets World?
No.
You know
not
about
really
it.
my style.
I didn't think so, but
Oh, I never missed it. I just couldn't wait.
my girlfriend is rewatching.
Boy Meets World. I don't even know. Couldn't tell you what that's
Yeah,
about.
she watched Boy Meets World, and now she's watching Girl Meets World too, and so yeah.
Are they similar? Or
Well, Boy Meets World is about when the
a
dad
boy
of
meeting a world?
No, it's about when the dad of Girl Meets World is a little boy, and then he's a dad in Girl Meets World, and it's about their kids.
I remember I'm old.
Yeah, I know. I
figured
never
something
even heard
out, though.
of the
Listen
show.
to this. I figured this out. Okay. My body has decided I'm not growing any more hair on my head, right?
Okay.
So now I was faced with a dilemma. I went into Walmart the other day and I bought wax strips, right? Not for my head or anything.
Of course.
I'm getting little hairs on the sides of my ears. So apparently my body is like, no more head hair, but we can do the side ear hair. We're ready for that. So let's just do that now.
Upgrades, people.
How does it just change? I mean, the hair on your head stops.
It's like
and then,
almost like the hormones and the
we're
stuff are like going up.
Shifted somewhere.
And they're like, oh, we can't make it that far anymore.
It can't go.
We'll go to the ear.
So then you get hair in places you didn't even know there would be hair. But your head is like, no, not doing that. I don't know. It's weird, but I hope they work because it's really annoying. I knew I had a couple, and then all of a sudden I looked in the mirror. I'm like, what in the hell is that all about?
Fuzzy ears.
Yeah. So that's apparently began.
One more person born in 2004 with me, which I'll
With
be
you?
well, not
I don't
with
remember
me,
anyone
but
else being there.
listen, I'll be more famous than this person.
Okay.
Though. I'm calling it. Okay.
Okay.
Watch. This was the only person I recognized the name of, but Millie Bobby Brown. You've heard.
Millie
You
Bobby
know
Brown.
who it
Say
is.
that fast 10 times.
She's the girl from Stranger Things. She's
The
11.
main-
Yeah.
She's only 11.
She's only 11.
No, she played 11 in the
Yeah,
movie.
she played
Okay,
the psychic crazy
Aren't
powers.
they bringing that back?
The last season's like next
There's
year, I
another
think.
one.
Something
now
like that.
that was kind of cool. I thought that I would hate it, and I started watching it, and I kind of did.
They kind of
hate
did
it.
good with the 80s.
But they did
theme
really
and
good
stuff.
with that, and they made it related, kind of old school like that. And the Winona Ryder was in it, and the guy, what's the guy's name? The big guy. I thought they
David Harbour.
Yeah, they both played their parts really well.
Yeah, I
thought
feel like
the
everyone had pretty good
was good.
acting
The kids were good. Now
Yeah.
that one kid from that is in Ghostbusters now.
Yeah.
He's a good actor.
Finn.
Yeah, I don't
something. I don't know. Yeah.
So I kind of got interested in that, which surprised me. I didn't. Really,
I feel like they kinda-
I wanted to hate it, but I kind of started liking it after a while. It was kinda
I
interesting.
think it's a good idea they're cutting the show after the next season, though, because I feel
'Cause the
like
kids
now
are
it's
getting old.
well
Wonder what
that
they look
and it's
like
starting
now.
to get more chaotic.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I don't know.
who knows? But
So what else you got over there?
well, films. I had a good. 2004 was good for films.
Good?
I
Good
won.
movies?
I beat you.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
Anyways,
I didn't have
had Spider-Man 2,
okay.
which was awesome.
First one was the best.
Yeah, obviously. The Incredibles,
That's
which
good.
is a classic.
That's a good
right?
car. Yeah.
What you were talking about is another Harry Potter. No idea what it was. It was The Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah, I don't know.
What I don't know what that is either. Anyways, another banger though, Shrek 2.
Oh. There you
So
go.
yeah, I had a good year. I won that competition.
That's good
by
ones.
far. So here's one that kind of blew my mind that it's this old now, but it kind of I remember it now. They were like, 20 years old. Facebook. Zuckerberg started Facebook 20 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, 2004.
Seems longer.
Not to me.
No.
Well, it's weird to think that Facebook was around when I was a toddler.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like it seemed like the social media world kind of started like after iPhones came out and they were kind of mainstream, so like 2010, that time, 2012. That's when I would think of that.
Yeah.
But
What else you got over there?
what else do I have over here?
What like did you have like TV shows? What was popular then?
Well, I did
get
have
that
that
far.
Friends.
Friends, yeah.
Friends ended in 2004.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is when that ended.
I watched the first few seasons
gosh,
and then I
what-
just got busy doing something else. I don't know.
There was another popular show that started that year that it said it was revolutionary, but I don't have that now.
No, I don't.
So, so it must
Somebody
not have been.
probably knows.
Yeah, it must not have been too revolutionary. So,
I think that didn't the newer Star Wars come out when you were a baby too?
The
right around that
prequels?
time? Yeah.
yeah, I think
so.
the last one of those came out in like 2005.
I was
think.
looking forward to those because growing up I was a big Star Wars fan, of course, and I didn't really care for those that much.
Yeah, they're not the best.
So,
Just like the new ones. The new ones, the first one of those was really good. The Force Awakens, I think it was.
I liked them.
You know, that
okay.
movie's 10 years old now almost.
Jeez, that's crazy.
9 years. That was 2015. It's insane.
Yeah.
Well, you remember those big Avengers movie, like Endgame and stuff?
Yeah.
That's 6 years old.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We saw that right after we moved down here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I remember you pulled me out of school to go watch Endgame.
I did.
Yeah.
Sound like a good parental move.
Yeah. I remember
School is not important.
I remember avoiding telling the teachers that I was going to watch Avengers.
Right.
I was like, I'm not
Hey, the
telling
theaters
them.
probably weren't crowded then, so. We need to build a spaceship.
Oh, we
Someone
will.
said.
We're actually working on it right here in our $1 million warehouse facility.
Hey, speaking of building things, my mufflers, my exhaust came in for the bike today. So
Oh, heck yeah.
That'll be cool.
Oh, yeah. It can stop sounding like a little girl's tricycle.
Right, exactly. It sounds pathetic. So
Yeah.
we'll fix that. Hopefully I'll do that tomorrow. I don't know.
Are you doing it yourself then?
Yeah,
Yeah. Pretty easy to do.
I think so.
Well,
We'll
let's
figure
hope
it
so.
out. I have hammers and big tools. I can smack shit around and get it done probably.
Get pissed off, smack a
Yeah.
hole in the concrete real quick.
Drive a
Screwdriver through a table. Yeah. We know that.
I come up with some, when I'm working on things, I come up with
The
some
combinations of
new
sayings.
combinations of words that have never been heard.
Yeah, me too.
They surprise people around me. How do you put those two together? Or how do you put those 5 things together?
Oh, yeah.
But I do, and it works. So
here's a crazy statistic that's weird. So $1 trillion is a lot of money, right?
Oh, yeah.
So in 2004, the country was $7.4 trillion in debt.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
What are we now?
31 trillion.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, just make more, I guess.
Yeah, of course.
Stop talking.
We will never stop talking.
What do you want us to talk about then?
I remember standing in line to get tickets for Star Wars with my dad. Went to the Mullen Rogue to talk business with his client.
They must think we're talking too much. We need to answer questions or something.
$1 trillion.
We need to pay attention to the people.
No, we're doing great.
So what else happened in 2004? You got anything else? What about like house prices and all that stuff?
We already talked about that.
Well, where was I? How about, so are we moving up to the present time then?
Well, 2004, the house prices were $195,000.
Okay.
But here's the difference is Arkansas's was only $100,000.
Yeah, there is a difference here.
Oh, yeah. Arkansas is one of the cheapest states to live in, too.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone said they have weird laws as far as adopting dogs. Did you hear him say that at your run?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what that's all
Something,
about.
no, not adopting the dogs. Something weird with how the regulations on shelters
Oh, really?
and stuff like that. Yeah. Something weird going on with that.
Yeah.
So.
That is weird. So today when I was coming home, it was raining. I drove the Camaro today, and it has super dark windows, which I normally, if I take it out, it's nice enough I have those down. I don't drive with night a lot or anything, but they're like limousine tent windows. They're crazy. But I was coming home, and it started raining so hard, and I couldn't see anything. I mean, it was just, and those wide tires on the back of there, you want to hydroplane everything you hit. So I was going about 40, and then it started raining hard enough, and it was getting darker. I couldn't even see anything in front. My wipers are going crazy, you know. I got the windows up, so it's dark in there. I couldn't see anything, and luckily I got behind another car, so I used their it was an SUV, so I used their taillights to kind of guide me through there.
To make sure you didn't
And around
die.
here we have a lot of creeks right by the road, so you just never know when one's going over the road. So that's why I was watching their taillights too, to see if I could tell they had problems or hit their brakes all of a sudden.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I kept thinking, man, they're an SUV. They're going to get way ahead of me. I'm not going to see them. They're kind of my guiding light here. And then they pulled up. They got behind a Corvette that was having the same problem I was. So that slowed them down. I couldn't hardly see the Corvette at all. I could just make it out a couple times to know that's what it was. But I could see their taillights, so that guided me to make it home. It was crazy, though. Then I'm thinking the whole time, is our driveway going to be washed out?
Oh, yeah.
That car is so low.
Out, yeah.
So anyways, for those of you that are concerned, probably nobody, but I did survive that.
For those of you, pretend you're doing one of those sad dog commercials. Look at that camera and do a sad dog commercial.
Let's not do that. But I did make it home.
Concerned about the guy's safety.
Anyways, they're talking amongst themselves. What about present time? What do you have for there?
What do you want to know?
The movies are all crap now. What's good? Anything good on TV? Probably not.
Not that I know of.
I want to see If with Ryan Reynolds, though. I think that looks good. Something to take the daughter to. I think she'd like that. And I probably would like it, too. And then Fall Guy looks decent to me.
Looks all right.
I think it looks
good.
like
another one of those just action movies.
Yeah, but those are good because you don't have to think, and it's just some cool special effects, and, just kick back and eat your popcorn. Stuff like that.
Yeah, but I feel like they're all just the same.
Grab a beer, which I can't do right now because I told
Yeah, you're
I
doing
told
good so far.
Yeah, it's no problem. I actually feel better.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's insane. You haven't been drinking poison and you feel better.
Right.
Wow. Shocker.
But as far as like at the gym and stuff, I'm more energetic. I'm sleeping better, I think. And so that's a good thing. But Of course, I'm not saying it's bad to drink. I'm just saying I'm not doing it right now.
Yeah, you lost viewers by saying that you were stopping drinking.
Yeah, great.
Well, that's just great.
Speaking of poison, I was reading some stuff about salt. this is not very interesting, but
yeah,
like regular table salt is just, I mean, if you injected a small amount of that in your blood, you would almost die instantly. That's how bad it is. Just a tiny, and like they said, like even sea salt, it says sea salt on the package. It's not. It originally was, but they took it, and because they have to do so much processing with this salt, they end up it strips the minerals out of the stuff, and it ends up basically just being poison again. They said if you took something that's sea salt, you would think if you bought some saltwater fish, right? Mm-hmm. You could put that in a tank, put the fish in, they'd be good. No.
They'll die.
They'll die right away.
Yeah.
Because it's not real sea salt. It's been so processed that it's basically just poison, too. So I learned something. A good salt is called Celtic salt. Now, like that Himalayan salt, that's pretty good, too. But Celtic salt is the most natural sea salt
that you can buy.
And so I bought some of that, and I put it on some steaks, and that I could tell a big difference right away. They said even if you take a little handful of that, or a tiny amount, and put it in your mouth and just kind of crunch on it a little bit, it releases your saliva, picks that those minerals up right away, and it can actually hydrate you when you drink water. Because a lot of people think, oh, salt dries me out.
Well, that's one thing that I've always got is what do ultra runners? What are they?
Salt.
Sodium. Yep.
And that's probably what you need to do is that Celtic salt.
Yeah.
Just chew on some of that while you're running or whatever.
You put it in your water.
But then what happens then, see, the reason, like a lot of people have a salty meal and then they're real thirsty and everything. They go to Chinese buffet or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You're always thirsty after that because they use so much salt. But what it is they're using the wrong kind of salt. So then when you drink water, your cells don't absorb the water like they need. Mm-hmm. So this Celtic salt, what it does, the minerals in it, actually, they allow your cells to absorb water. So you feel, instead of getting like your legs are bloated or you're bloated, the water goes where it's supposed to go. And you're not running to the bathroom all the time. You can drink water and it goes where it needs to go. So we'll see how that goes. I've started that. Eating Celtic salt for all those people, all those Celtic salt people out there that are so interested in my story right now.
Here's a weird thing I heard. I only saw one video on it, so I don't know how true it is. I didn't research it enough to really know, but I'm just saying it.
I mean, this show is called BS with the guy.
Yeah, we're just BSing.
So we
can
say whatever we want, and you guys can just listen or not, or whatever you want to do with it. I mean, we're just talking here.
Anyways, so I guess, you know how chemtrails aren't real, right? We'll just agree that chemtrails,
I don't know.
They're not real. Anyways, Tennessee recently, supposedly, this is what I've heard, Tennessee recently passed a bill that said it is illegal to fly chemtrails over our state.
Really?
If you're in our airspace, do not fly them.
I think it's just stuff that naturally, because of the atmosphere.
Well, here's the thing.
It's like
those trails are not present in Tennessee anymore.
Oh, really?
There's no trails.
That is weird.
Since they passed that law, there's not been a single trail from an airplane. Now, you can't tell me that, well, they're just not flying over Tennessee anymore.
I don't know.
That's weird.
It is weird, though.
Isn't it? If it's true. Like I said, I haven't looked into it too much.
On that.
But
I've heard from people that say that's just part of it. I mean,
yeah.
It's kind of like in the morning, if it's a damp morning, you start your car, you see the exhaust. Other days you don't. It's kind of that theory. But then I've heard the other way, too, that they're spraying stuff or controlling the weather or whatever they're doing. I mean, what are we going to do?
Cloud seeding.
You know? Yeah,
get out of this country.
So, I don't know what's going on. What else? What else you got to talk about?
I don't really have anything else.
You don't have anything else?
Not a whole lot.
Why not? Been going to the gym lately? How's that working out?
Well, I have gym here. We have a gym. It's good enough.
It's getting better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to put some money into it in the future.
I would like you to put some money to it so I don't have to put money to it.
Well, you're doing good so far.
Yeah.
You've spent thousands and it's looking good.
Right. Thanks. Yeah, that'd be great if you put a little into it.
Yeah.
Good.
Hopefully we can get that completely stacked out, and maybe we could expand it into the other part of the barn and
we need a tanning bed.
Insulate that over there too, and turn that whole thing into a...
Well, we got to have somewhere to put stuff.
No, we'll make a new barn.
That's where we got the jet ski, we got that kind of thing. So
yeah, we'll
kayaks. Big kayaking weekend this weekend, I hope, huh?
I'm not kayaking.
Well, a lot
Tubes.
of people probably will be.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's going to kayak?
No, we're not kayaking. No
We're
one is.
lucky enough we have a Buffalo River
National
here,
River.
which is actually the longest river that's never been messed with in the United States.
It's like, what, 90 miles long or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. But it has no dams on it. It has no... They
Nothing.
just let it go. It's just completely the way it used to be, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the longest one in the United States. It's amazing. So
It's very pretty.
the water is crystal clear. You could see 20... Depending on the murkiness and the weather. I mean, if you get a lot of rain, obviously. But if it hasn't rained for a while, I mean, you could see 30 foot down clear. You could see fish swimming down below you as you're kayaking. It's funny because if you look at someone kayaking next to you from a distance, a ways off, just because of the reflection and the clear water, it almost looks like they're floating. They're not even on the water.
Oh, yeah.
If it's still enough, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's so clear. It's beautiful lake. It's got huge bluffs on a lot of it and sandbars you can pull off and camp. There is some fish. I mean, it's more just kind of a fun thing. There's not really any keepers per se in there. I know some people do catch some, but bass and stuff like that. So we'll be doing a little bit of that. I mean, it's amazing. It's we've kayaked on it quite a few times ourselves.
Yeah,
I'm
sure
probably
we'll do
not
more.
going to kayak. I don't know, but I'm hoping that because of all this rain, that it's not going to come up too much because it's a smaller river, and when it rains, there's a lot of things that dump into it. Mm-hmm. It can come up just within hours and be like super dangerous. And then the thing about it is when it comes up like that, it erodes like the banks and big trees will fall in. And at the end of a tree, when it falls over, you have all that rip ball. Well, there's been some people killed because they'll get overturned and their kayak or canoe, whatever, will come up against them and they're on their own rip balls and it'll drown them. And there was one instance where 3 kids drowned. They were pinned with their canoe. And there was adults and everything, tons of people trying to pull this canoe back. And there was so much water pressure, they couldn't get it.
Yeah.
So there was absolutely nothing they could do. So people got to watch out for that. And then there's been a couple cases of whirlpools that just appear.
Yeah.
And because there's so many caves down here.
Yeah.
It'll go into a cave and people will just be kayaking along, hit one of those and boop, disappear. And they don't find them. Sometimes they never find them.
That's crazy. That's scary.
Yeah, there was one last year that killed like 3 people.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And this would be the time they'd form, I would think, the beginning of the year with the heavy rains and stuff.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, we're definitely going to be cautious if we go
Keep
this
an eye
weekend.
on that.
That's for sure.
Not go. I mean, you can always just hang out, swim. Because a lot of it, even if there's dangerous parts, some of it will remain just like big pools. And it'll fill up and get deeper, but it's not running fast enough. So you can still swim. People jump off the bluffs.
On some spots, yeah.
When it's deep enough, of course. And so that should be fun just to kind of hang out, have a fire pit, cook a little bit.
Yeah.
But
should be a good time.
I definitely will not kayak if it's crazy like that. We watched videos, you can look them up here on YouTube, of people kayaking when it's flood stage on the Buffalo River. It's just insane. I don't know what they're thinking. And people are getting stuck and have to be rescued and just crazy stuff like that. So, got to stay aware of that. It comes up quick. But anyways, you want to answer some questions over here?
What
There's
questions?
been a lot of talk amongst themselves here. We're not paying any attention to these people.
I don't understand all this wet weather talk. I live in Arizona desert, and we don't get much wet weather. Whirlpools, are those actually real? Scary shit. Oh,
they're real.
They're
They'll
scary.
suck you right down. There's a small creek up here, and I don't know a whole lot about it, so I'm not going to say too much, but called Crooked Creek. And you can kayak and fish in that also. But supposedly at one point, it goes, you just be kayaking along. Of course, they have it blocked off and marked and everything. You probably know more about this than me, but it goes into a cave at some point, and the cave drops, and it's completely underwater. So if you got pulled into that, you're in a cave underwater for, I think it's over a mile long, where that section of that is. So
better be good at holding your breath.
yeah. So there's some, because all the caves, though, I think is one of the reasons that we can get those whirlpools on these smaller creeks and rivers down here. because they'll just find their way into a cave for a while.
Well, my girlfriend and I were just up at this place called what is that place called? The Canyon?
Oh, yeah.
Grand Gulf
State
Park in Missouri,
there.
where it's a collapsed cave system, but part of the cave is still there at the end of it. And this thing fills with water, and it goes underground, turns into kind of like an underground river, and flows out into a big spring, probably, 5 miles away?
Yeah.
Probably roughly about 5 miles.
Really
straight
pretty.
shot. But yeah, it's a very pretty place. But
Scary.
my girlfriend and I were just talking about if you just got sucked into that, it's gone.
They're
gone.
They actually, some colleges put some dyes and
right,
stuff
and they
in
found
there
out that it goes
to
the
see
spring.
where it would come out and everything, and it came out down there at Mammoth Springs. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, this place, I mean, you're on top of a small mountain, what we have here mountain-wise, and they got all these steps, and then you walk down on this platform, and you're out over this thing. It's probably 100 feet down.
Oh, it's about 200.
200?
I think so.
But it's real narrow, but it's like a 200-foot drop, and then at the bottom there's a cave there. And if it rains, of course, there's a lot of things going into it. It'll fill up, clear up to that deck within just a few hours.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I've never seen it when it's way up there.
No,
like
it
I've
wasn't
seen pictures
even close
and stuff.
to that high. When we
Yeah.
went.
But I've seen videos and stuff when it comes up there, and that's just incredible because you're looking down and you can't believe how high this thing is.
Yeah.
And that for that to fill up in just a few hours, just
it's
crazy.
crazy.
And it's just got that little cave to go through, so that's probably why it can fill up that high.
Right, because it doesn't have
enough
many places to go.
So
Right. Yeah, but it's a very pretty area.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Where's the Cars and Coffee video guy? So we had some people sick when we were going up there this last time, so we didn't really get a video.
No, we didn't.
And the burnouts weren't as good because the cop was on high patrol. And
it's funny because when the cop would take off, there was only part of the time there was only one cop sitting there. Of course, he had his lights on. It was more just a show thing to keep people from doing it, you know.
Yeah.
And when some cars would go ahead and risk it and take off, and he would chase them, well, then everybody knew, hey, it's free game now. We can do it. But then after that, I think they got wind of that because then another car, an unmarked car, showed up and set down the Hillway. So it ruined it for everybody. I mean, I can understand some of that, but because they did the last time was way out of control.
There ended up being a wreck.
Yeah.
Mustang, obviously.
Mustang. And just with the people standing so close to the road while they're doing that, if they go sideways or something.
Oh, man.
Take out, there was kids and everything.
Yeah, you could take out 20, 30 people.
I get why they wanted to slow that down, but I thought it should have been somewhere in between there, maybe.
Yeah.
Let them have a little fun, but not too crazy.
Yeah.
People take advantage of stuff and then ruin it for everybody, I guess. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, so what else you got over there? Anything?
You got to stop asking me that.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
It's not a rule.
It is now.
Oh,
new rule.
Damn it. New rules. I hate those.
No, I do not have anything else.
Yeah. You have somewhere to be.
I do.
So we should probably wrap this up.
Yep.
And we're working on, I know we've said this.
Yeah, well, we genuinely are now.
We ordered some equipment. So we're going to try. It might take a while for us to figure it out because we're not real, or at least I'm not tech savvy anyways. But we're going to have cameras on the sides here.
Yeah.
So we'll have like 3 different angles.
Which we'll have I'll have like a box thing that I can play with.
He can switch stuff around.
Switch camera angles, and I'll have a monitor here.
You know, like actually produce.
Yeah, like we'll actually have professional stuff. The quality of the camera is going to go up also, which that bothers me the most of anything is the camera quality is just crap, and I know that.
I hate their ellipses are off.
It should be fixed with that too.
It's not. I mean, I feel like we're in an old kung fu movie or something. Our lips aren't moving; they're not synced up.
I know, and that should be.
I hate that because if I see that, like if it's a movie I love, turn it on HBO or something, and the lips are off, I shut that off. I don't watch that. I will not watch a movie where the lips are off.
Well, it's got to have you. It's got to make you have more respect for the people that are watching us.
Yeah, I guess. You guys, it's gonna get better. I know we keep saying we got new stuff, but we really did. It took us a while to figure out what we wanted or what would even work, and we still don't know. Maybe all this stuff won't work. But at least we're trying something.
Yeah, so we're working on it.
We've ordered stuff, and we'll see what happens. So.
Yep.
Anyways, be patient, people. Come on. I know you're not saying nothing, but I hate it. We both hate it. The quality. We want it to be better.
Yeah, we'd like to start going interviewing people and stuff, and bringing people in here. Maybe doing this twice a week.
That new stuff. Can we, like you said, we can like project things on the wall.
Right.
And you said that. So could we like interview someone on the phone and have them just pop in? Is that possible?
As like a video call?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if it's someone far away, we don't have to.
Yeah, I would just have like a Zoom call.
Yeah.
I'd have that set up, and I would connect it to my stream studio, and then I would project it onto a green screen right here, or I could have it just pop up on the screen for the people to see. That way it's not back here behind us, and that'd look kind of awkward. It could actually be another angle on the screen for viewers to see and stuff. Okay. So, yeah, I can do that.
So that'd be kind of cool. We got a couple of course, we're not going to start out with having like John Cena or,
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves on here. We're going to start small because we don't,
We're small.
We
need experience still. Also.
And we got to get experience, and nobody that big is going to want to talk to us right now, probably.
We're going to get to the point where we will, though.
But we're going to get people, maybe some local people that are kind of known around here for stuff, and then work our way up, and hopefully we'll see.
All right.
So, interview me. I have a lot to say.
All right. Well, we will figure.
And
something
we could put
out like
maybe we
eventually.
could take calls from people too. Couldn't we do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe
we could even have Mrs. Guy do like a screening process somewhere in another room, and then send through the people that are going to be appropriate.
Right.
Because you might have somebody come on here just to say something
right.
that we
and
don't
we
want said on our
you,
show,
and we'll block those people forever.
Yeah.
So anybody comes in here and causes problems.
Yeah. You don't mess with the guy.
That's right.
Yeah.
So anyways, good night.
Yep.
Thanks for watching. Folks. See you next week. Is that good?
Yep.